You think your neighbors are annoying? Try living near a nest of Shrillstripe dragons. This species is perhaps not the largest nor the most ferocious species, but has still managed to be an exceptionally effective hunter of large prey nonetheless. Even though Shrillstripes are small dragons, measuring only 1.5 meters from nose tip to tail tip with an equivalent wingspan, they have virtually no predators and therefore little camouflage. Shrillstripes range from lurid orange to bright chartreuse in color, with distinctive vertical black stripes running along their entire bodies similar to a wasp or a tiger. They have relatively short, narrow wings that allow them to dive and dart through their densely forested natural habitat with ease, and also possessed a double-spined prehensile tail, as well as four-toed grasping feet with 2 opposable talons each. These adaptations make them extremely agile and maneuverable, especially in small spaces with dense vegetation. The front feet of this species are actually adapted wing claws and therefore fused to the wing, making Shrillstripes technically wyverns and not dragons, but they're colloquially referred to as dragons. They have long, curved horns and a small recumbent crest that can be raised or lowered in social display, as well as forward-facing eye ridges over large eyes, which give this dragon a permanent expression of mild concern. The most striking feature of this species, however, is the very large, brightly colored gular pouch which stretches the entire length of its neck and can be inflated to a much larger size. This very fancy neck skin actually does serve a rather important role other than display, actually functioning as a part of the Shrillstripe's unique hunting method. You see, Shrillstripe dragons are almost exclusively symbiotic hunters, working in tandem with larger carnivorous species in order to get their food. Shrillstripes tend to tail large herds of herbivores, picking anything from deer to elephants, and are particularly good at finding sick and weak individuals. This is in part due to their highly developed sense of smell, which they seem to use to sniff out diseases. Once the Shrillstripe has picked its target, it will latch onto the back of the prey using its strong, slightly barbed talons and thorny prehensile tail. These dragons are very difficult to dislodge because they will sink both claws and spines deep into the flesh of the animal and have an extremely strong grip. The Shrillstripe will then inflate the noise-amplifying vocal sac and shriek constantly and distinctively at an absolutely staggering 135 decibels. For reference, that's about the volume of a jet engine at takeoff. I'm so sorry to do this to you, but it sounds like this, albeit much louder. This often completely stuns the prey for obvious reasons, and also acts as a dinner bell for any large carnivores in the area, which may include several other species of draconid, griffins, wolves or jackals, or even tigers. The Shrillstripe will then get a share of the ensuing feast, allowing it to gorge itself and invest much less energy into hunting than other animals of its size. Fascinatingly, this species is completely deaf, not actually possessing ear canals of any kind, and is therefore completely immune to the effects of its own weapon. Shrillstripes are treetop dwellers, weaving sprawling nests out of vines and branches. They actually do not have a mating season and may mate at any time of year depending on availability. They lay 3 to 5 large oval eggs which hatch in about 2 months. The adults do not provide much parental care, and the hatchlings must find their own food right from the start. However, the species is not territorial, and sometimes will form clusters of several individuals in one area, often sharing food sources and sometimes even nests. Shrillstripes are therefore fairly numerous within their habitats, sometimes enough to cause problems to any neighboring settlements within earshot. There have consequently been several historical attempts to wipe out this reptilian emergency broadcast system mimic, none of which have succeeded because they're fast, small, annoying, and breed quickly. There has been research done into using Shrillstripes as an early detector for maladies such as cancer, which they're good at identifying, but ultimately trained dogs are better at this and don't usually cause permanent hearing damage to medical technicians. It is generally advised to wear some sort of hearing protection when dealing with this species, as they will also scream at things they see as a threat. Otherwise, they usually don't pose a danger to humans.